There are nearly 500,000 401k millionaires in the United States. These are 401k plan participants with balances of at least $1 million. And you can be one of them. But how quickly? In this video, I'm going to ask and answer this interesting financial question: how fast can you become a millionaire using only your 401k? Now, to help answer this question, we're going to use a special financial calculator called a time value of money calculator. As with any financial calculation, we have to make a couple of assumptions first. In this scenario, I'm going to assume that you make a reasonable $80,000 per year salary, a pretty standard salary in the US in this day and age, perhaps even a starting salary in many higher paying careers. For rate of return, I'm going to lowball it slightly and assume 8%. I think this is a reasonable rate of return going forward for a long-term portfolio consisting of mostly US stocks. So those are our assumptions. Now let's break out our time value of money calculator. All right, this is our time value of money calculator. You can find this at fncalculator.com. I'll also put a link to it in the video description. When we use a time value of money calculator, we usually have some information that we know or want to assume, and then some other information that we want the calculator to tell us. I'm going to put in 0 for the present value of the 401k. I'm going to put in 8% as our annual rate of return. Compounding is going to be set to annually. And for future value, we want to know how long it will take us to get to a $1 million account value. So I'm going to put in $1 million in future value, and I'm going to put that in as a negative number. I know that's a little strange, but that's just how you have to do it with a time value of money calculator. So the next thing we need to fill in are the payments, and then we're going to solve for periods, in this case, the number of years that it will take to reach this future value of $1 million. In 2024, the 401k contribution limit is $23,000. If you max out that 401k and it returns a compound annual growth rate of 8%, you'll be a millionaire, a 401k millionaire, in 19.48 years. That's not bad, is it? It's half of a normal working career of 40 years. Let's compare that to Bob over in the next cubicle. He's on the standard plan, investing 10% of his income each month into his 401k. That's $8,000 per year. In the same 19.48 years that it took you to become a millionaire, Bob only has $347,811 in his account. I mean, that's something, but it's not $1 million. And I can't help but wonder how long it would take Bob to become a 401k millionaire if he kept saving that same $8,000 each year. The answer? 31.16 years. So the good news for Bob is that he eventually does become a millionaire. By harnessing the power of a 401k to automate his investing and by paying himself first, it works out for him in the end. The bad news? He's in that cubicle for another 11.68 years before becoming a millionaire. Now, what's also interesting when comparing these scenarios is that the longer you save, the more you are relying on the power of compound interest to do the hard work. In scenario 1, you're saving $23,000 a year for 19.48 years. $448,040 of that is money that you invested, and you earned $551,960 in interest. In the end, you have $1 million, and 55.19% of that is interest. In scenario number 2, Bob saved $8,000 per year for 19.48 years. That means he invested $155,840, and he earned interest of $191,971. So 55.19% of what Bob has in the end in his 401k is from compound interest. In scenario number 3, Bob saves that same $8,000 per year for 31.16 years. That means he's invested $249,280 into his 401k and earned $750,720 in interest. In the end, he has $1 million and 75% of that is interest. The lesson here? Well, the power of compounding is truly incredible and it will serve you throughout your life. But compound interest is fueled by time. And time is our most precious and limited resource. So if you want to build wealth quickly, if you want to become a millionaire sooner rather than later, you have to kick things off by saving and investing aggressively. If you make $80,000 per year and save $23,000 of that into a 401k, that leaves you with $57,000 to spend. You could swing that, right? As a single person, $57,000? Unless you're living in one of those super high cost of living cities, I think you can find a way. So the answer is clear. Max out that 401k. Compound interest will help too, but you have to do your part and max out your 401k as soon as possible. That is, unless you're cool with spending many extra years in that cubicle. So how about you? Are you on track to become a 401k millionaire? Or maybe you're one of those 500,000 Americans that are already there. Either way, comment, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.